7.2 dmantra, but I think it's not compatible with Windows 7. It is only compatible till Windows XP.
Shiva, sorry to interrupt
data
you.
one.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
I hope like all able to record the session, right? If you see on the top, you'll be having start recording on the window. Just try to record it, okay?
Yes, we are able to record.
Yeah, please go ahead, Shiva. And Jayant is also joining. And sorry for the interruption. There was some other meeting on this one, so I have sent you some other link. Sorry, really sorry.
No problem. So, where was I? Okay, so we discussed earlier that we can use 7.2, but I try to install it on Windows 7 and just try to look for some patches so that we can have the seeded data 1. But it seems that it does not work with Windows 7. Either 7.3.0 doesn't work with Windows 7. So what I'll try from my side today is to take or to download 7.3.1, and then because I think it's not available, I'll provide Santosh with 7.3.1, and he can share with you the dmantra 7.3.1 and install. But just as on the priority side, have you tried installing 11G database? Ram.
Shiv, Ram here. Yes, yesterday I have installed 11G on my machine. Do we need to have the client as well? I mean, or just database should do?
We may require client 32, not the 64-bit. I mean, your system is 64-bit?
No, 32-bit.
That's great. Then I think it will be good. But for the people, for the attendees who have the system with 64-bit, they have to install 11G with 64-bit plus the 32-bit client 11G. Because the problem is engine does not work on 64-bit for 7.3.1. It does for only the latest version, which is 12.2.3 something. So engine is compatible with 64-bit only with 12.2.3, but before that, before those versions, it is all compatible with 32. So we may have to install 11G 32-bit as well. Okay, but as you are saying, Ram, you have 32-bit, so it is great. When you don't have to install much with that. So once you have installed 11G, then what I'll do now. You have Windows 7, Ram?
Yes,
Ram,
I have Windows 7.
Yeah. So, okay. So if you have Windows 7, then 7.2, 7.3 won't work. You will require 7.3.1. So what I'll do is I'll get the 7.3.1 dmantra, and I'll pass it on to Santosh. And then I can tell you how to install dmantra. It's very easy once you install 11G. But only thing is you will have to import the data. You will have to import some dump. So I will have to look for dump as well. Dump as well, that you have some data to work with. So I'll work on that. Just give me a day or two. I'll make it available, and on Saturday we can have a session. If it is okay for you all, we can have a Saturday session where we can go with the total exercises. I mean, whatever is their practice exercise, which we won't be able to do in couple of days now. We will take this on Saturday, and we will complete those sessions. We will have complete practice session on Saturday then, because I think it may take time for you as well to install. For me, it will. I'll try to get it 7.3.1 by today itself, and the dump may take time. So that is why I'll speak to Santosh. I'll try to pass all these files to Santosh so that he can share it with you. Is it fine?
Yeah, Shiv, just to set the context, Saturday I think we have some recruitment drive, and I think I'm totally stuck at that time, and I believe this exercise is pretty important, so maybe sometime Friday if we can do that.
That is fine, no problems. We can do on Friday. We can postpone the Friday session on Monday, and then we can do the practice session on Friday. That's not a problem.
Okay, okay, yeah, that will be good.
As per your convenience, your all convenience, I can take it up. No problems from my side. Okay. So shall we start now with the collaborator workbench? We have already 35 minutes gone.
Sure, let's start.
Yeah, can you see my screen? Collaborator workbench worksheets.
Yes.
Okay. So yesterday we had a discussion on all the points, all the functionalities of dMantra, like collaborator workbench, worksheets, levels, series, methods, workflows, user security, all those stuff, business modeler, and the workflow manager, collaborator workbench. So all things we have gone in brief, very brief, how it works and how it is visible in the screen, just on the screenshot. So today we'll start this session taking one-into-one consideration, starting with collaborator workbench, because I told that collaborator workbench is the first screen of dMantra. So let us start with the collaborator workbench. Okay. So it is launch point 2 using dMantra application. All the worksheets, all the KPIs, all the tasks or messages comes to collaborator workbench. Okay. Then we can have the role-based access to collaborator workbench as per the user's role. We can give the access to them. Okay, whether we want the user to be the admin user or the regular user, whether we shall give them the business modeler access or not, it can be all controlled from the collaborator workbench. Okay. Again, we have discussed this, that it gives real-time manual alerts, and it is fully configurable. We'll see how it can be fully configurable. Jayad, I have made you the organizer. You can also copy your. You can also start the recording from your end. We have just started.
Thank you.
I think you have joined 2 times.
I did down.
So we were just discussing, just to have a quick recap, I was talking about the installation of dMantra. So I tried installing dMantra with Windows 7. Okay. So do you have the 64-bit or 32-bit machine?
64-bit Windows 8.
Oh, Windows 8. Okay. So the problem here is with the 64-bit, the engine is not compatible. So what we have to do here now is you have to install the 11G 64-bit database, and then you have to install 11G 32-bit client.
If you can send me a note, or write them so that I can ask some DBA to do that.
Okay, okay. Let me send the mail just after this session to Santosh. He can share that with you.
Okay.
Okay. And then with Windows 7, 7.2 is not compatible. Even 7.3.0 is not compatible. So we will have to download 731, which does not have a preceded data. So once we download that, install that, we will have to have a import of some dump into the 731 application. That is the root.
So with CD data, which version? I can change my machine. It will be okay.
Okay, CD data works with 7.2, but it is compatible with XP.
Only XP.
Yeah, XP or Vista. I have to check for Vista, but it is compatible with XP, that I know.
Okay. And this can this be installed in client server environment so that you don't install every computer? Because I'm just
Clients.
looking from the organization perspective, so that once I install it, I can give it to access to multiple people.
Then I mean it has to be installed wherever it has to be installed. It has to have some database and the client. For if it is 64-bit, it has to have database and client as well. If it is 32-bit, database will be suffice.
Okay. When you say client, what do you mean by client?
Client, there are two things when we talk about the data. When we talk about setting up of dMantra, the prerequisite is you should have the database. Okay.
Right.
The database. If you have 64-bit, the dMantra needs the 11G database plus there is a client, 11G client, which is separate, which is not the database, but it's a client. So you have to install 11G client, which is 32-bit, because dMantra analytical engine does not work on 64-bit machine.
Okay.
Okay. So you have to install clients 32-bit for dMantra analytical engine to work. Okay.
Right.
So those are, yeah. So you have to install, if your machine is 64-bit, you have to install 11G database 64-bit plus 11G 32-bit client.
Okay. I will look at it.
Then only it will work.
And on top of it, once this 2 is done, then you install the software.
Yes, on the top of it, once these two are installed, then we install the software. And because it does not comes with preceded data 731, then I'll check if I have something where it has preceded data. I'll share that file. Otherwise, we will install 731 and then we will import some dump, okay, some data dump into the software, so that we have some data to work with.
Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe after the session I'll talk to you.
Okay, okay. So today what we have discussed till now is the collaborator workbench. Yesterday we have discussed on the different functionalities of dMantra level series, collaborator workbench, workflow manager, business modeler, user security and all methods work. Today, from today I have started taking those all functionality one by one. So it's just starting to collaborator workbench, where I have discussed it's a first point of starting dMantra, where you can launch the worksheet, you can work with the messages and the task, you can see all those KPIs there, you can personalize the environment. Again, it's a role-based access, secured access, where it's a secured access where you can set the security level for the users, for the different users. Whether the user is admin, they should be able to see those information or able to access business modeler or not. So all those information or role-based access can be set up with the collaborator workbench. Okay, and again it is fully configurable. Okay. Here you see the pick of the collaborator workbench. We already discussed this yesterday. I won't take much time on this because this will be the part of exercise. Further going in detail, you will be seeing this header, then all the narrow panes. Okay. So coming to the white pane where it was the my worksheet part. Okay. Here it holds the list of worksheet that the user can open. Okay. Now I gave you an example yesterday. If you remember that there may be 500 worksheets which has to be used by different users. But as your part of work, you may not require to open those 500 worksheets. So the collaborator workbench can be personalized to contain those number of worksheets which are required from the user's perspective. Okay. Then one of the question was whether the user can send the worksheet as a task to other worksheet. So user can send a worksheet as a task from my worksheet. Okay. We will practice this. So this is where the my worksheets pane is there. Okay. Now the three types of tasks, we have also seen the task pane, my task, where you have the user task, the selected task, and the group task. Okay. The user task is like whenever we run the workflow by a user, whenever they run the workflow, it will send the message in the collaborator workbench whether the workflow is completed or not. Okay. That we discussed whether it is successful or not successful, what is the error. So it will give that type of message. Again, the group task, like the example which I gave, that suppose a sales manager unlocks the date, unlocks the series. So it will automatically trigger some message and the mail. The message will come to the this task pane where it will ask users to start entering the data. Okay, and it will again send the mail to their personalized mail ID. I mean the official email IDs. Just in case if they miss the task, they can view the mail. This can also be done. Then again, task can include a message, link to worksheet, link to website, and attach file. You can do all those stuff with the task. Email thing I have already discussed. This was the my task pane. Who is online? Again, you can see the other users from the same business who are online. You can also send the email to any other user. So it is possible through online, but you can't chat. So user-defined content panes, what we were seeing, the KPIs, the planning dashboards, hierarchy, all those are user-defined content panes where we can configure the panes to show some crispy data. Some crispy data or the data which is required, or let's say when we implement, some of the users at higher level want to see some KPIs quickly after log into the system. When they log into the system, they should be able to see what are the KPIs, what are the reports of the past month, what are the reports of the last week. So all those things are available. We can do those configuration with the content panes in the collaborator workbench itself, whether it is a graphical view or some or some line graph or bar graph, or some numbers what they want to see, the sales quota or projections or whatever the numbers, the consensus forecast or the constraint forecast. Okay, percentage of consensus to constraint forecast. So those all things can be made viewable directly from the collaborator workbench. Okay. So all these things can be filtered to as per the user needs, can be available to other user to share work with enterprise partners. So this is fully configurable. You can make it for the user, you can make it for the public public or the private. You can use for your use, or you can use for the public. If you make it public, it is viewable to public. I mean all the users can see the same information. So those all things are available in tMantra, collaborator workbench. So one of the dashboards what we have seen is planning hierarchy. I was telling you that there are some levels here. You can launch the worksheet from these levels directly. So what happens is in some cases, some of the requirements are there that customers just want to start or just want to see the data relevant to a level, okay, pertaining to one level. So how we do that is we fix some of the worksheet with the particular levels. Okay, so let's say I have fixed one worksheet with the Albertsons, okay, with the retailer level. So when I open, when I go to Albertson, do the right click and say to view the worksheet, okay, it will open the worksheet relevant to the Albertsons data. Okay, particular that attribute of particular to that member level. So those are the functionalities which are there with the planning hierarchy. Okay, so if you see here, it can launch worksheet. You can view the attributes of the member. So here, if you see the aspirin, the Excedra, and there are members Excedra 12450. Okay, this is this is related to the medicines. So you are able to see what is there in Excedra 12450. So you can see the members of the attributes. Okay. Then you can again create, edit, delete the members directly from here. So all those things are available with the planning hierarchy. When you define the planning hierarchy, you can make it available. You can connect the worksheet with these hierarchies. Normally we don't give any functionality of create or edit or delete members directly from here. I mean, it is available, but we don't give, because there may be many users who will be seeing this planning hierarchy, and any mishap or anything, by mistake, if it happens, it will delete those members, or it will edit those members, which we don't want. So it is the thing which should be done only with a type of some process, whether we have to change something or we have to delete something. It should be a process in any implementation or any rollout. So even in support, so that is to be followed. So we generally don't give these functionalities of create, edit, or delete members directly from the collaborator workbench or worksheets. We restrict the use, and this can be restricted from the admin utilities I was discussing yesterday. So there is a full admin utilities where we can object the program groups, object it from the program groups that the particular users are not able to delete or edit the entries or the data which is there in the system. Again, there are the things where we can personalize the entire collaborator workbench, what all contents we want to see, the orders of the contents. Okay, so how this can be done is, see, this is the page where you can personalize the worksheet, what you have to select, what you have to not select. So all those things are there. Okay, then you can what you want in the white pane. White pane means the big panes like my worksheet or task. Okay, those are the big panes, and the narrow panes are the small KPIs which we're seeing on the right hand side. Okay, so what you want to keep in the white pane and the narrow panes, and in what order you want to keep it, you can decide and you can personalize. This is the preview of what you will be able to see, what you will be seeing in the collaborator workbench. So once you finish on this, you will be able to see the collaborator workbench in the in this manner, basically. What we have seen the earlier thing. This is how you will be able to see the collaborator workbench once you personalize. So if you see on the right hand side, there are a few options like administration, personalize, search, and support. Okay, so if you go to personalize, then you'll be able to do all this personalization. Again, there are some options like planning application tools and application process monitor. So these are all secured access. The user will be able to access only once they have the security. Okay, so from tools and application, you can go to business modeler. You can do you can go for the chaining and the member management. Now, what is chaining and member management? I'll take it later. Chaining, I have already discussed that, when we have the new product, how we copy the history of the product so that we can generate the forecast for the particular product. So chaining is that part. The member management, we'll take it later, but as of now, just to make you explain that whenever there is new member which is introduced with dMantra, let's say the demand planning comes with a new product which they want to launch. So dMantra has that functionality as well to launch the new product into the system. Okay, it can be done with the help of member management. So all those tools are available in the tools and application section. I hope I'm not going too fast because this has already been covered, so I was a quick thing to take with the collaborator workbench, because this is more to do with hands-on rather than taking to the presentation, but just to give you the idea that these all things are possible. So once we do the hands-on, you can directly go, you can make your configure at your own end. Is it okay till here?
Yeah, I think it's okay. We have seen this yesterday, so just.
Yeah. Okay. So I was talking about the worksheet a day before. What are the worksheet? How it interacts with the database? Okay. So this is what we are taking now, the worksheet. Okay. So dMantra consists of the set of worksheet. There's data. Those are designed for the special purpose. So you can consider some of the worksheet like a templates. Okay, which are which are seeded worksheet, but it will not have data, but the worksheets are seeded, the templates are there. Okay, so it will have some seeded series. So dMantra comes with the seeded levels, seeded series, all there is defined in dMantra. But when we go for implementation, on when we have to have set up the dMantra, we need to configure the dMantra as per our purpose. Okay, so if you see here, these worksheet name demand analysis, product category and organization, demand analysis, product category and zone. Okay, so what does it means is it does the demand analysis, okay, of the data pertaining to product category level and the organization level. Similarly, the demand analysis, which is dependent upon the product category with the zonal level. That means we are going one step higher. We are aggregating the data to zone, and then we are doing the demand analysis. Now, what data do we analyze when we talk about demand analysis is the history. What are the history? If there has been any history override over the past few weeks, what is the forecast? What is the forecasting overrides? What is the accuracy? Okay, so all those things comes under demand analysis. We will be seeing this thing when we go with the installation. After the installation, even after the installation, you can directly go to dMantra. You can open the worksheet. However, you won't be able to see the data, but you will be able to see all the seeded worksheet up there. Okay. Now, in case of implementation, it is our will whether we want to use the same worksheet, same templates which are given, or we want to configure our own worksheet as per the client requirements. So all those things are available. So coming to worksheet, it takes the data, it picks up the data from the dMantra database. Okay, and if we make any changes or if we edit any data, it again saves all the data to the database. Okay. Now I was talking about the concept of the public or the private private thing. So the worksheet, like what we have discussed here, like demand analysis, product category and all. So we can make that worksheet as a private as well. By private, I mean, let's say I am the user, admin user, and only I want to have the access to some information which I don't want to have the access to all the other regular users. So what we have to do is if it has the important information, if I don't want to see those information to the regular user, I'll make it a private for my use. Okay, so it will be viewable only to me. Nobody else will be able to see that worksheet. But if we want any worksheet, let's say for the demand planning users, for the entire demand planning users, what we will do is we will make that the worksheet as a public. Okay, so then all the demand planning users would be able to see that worksheet and the data in that worksheet. Okay. So worksheet can include multiple views. We have already discussed, I mean, the multi-dimensional view or the tabs view. There may be different tabs in which we have the different, different information related to the same levels. Okay, so let's say we have the product category and zonal worksheet. Okay, now in one of the tabs we are looking for the information related to the history or the history overrides. The other tabs we are looking for the information related to the forecast. Okay, the other tab which we are looking for the information regarding the sales forecast. There may be a couple of more tabs where we are seeing the analysis related to the marketing forecast or the financial forecast. So there may be different tabs which can be included in the same worksheet. Okay, and then we can use those tabs to show the same type of data or even the detailed type of data or the granular type of data. Let's say we have the in product category there are number of items. Okay, so now we want to, in the same worksheet, we want to see the items which are there under this product category. Okay, and we want to see all those items. So what we can do is we can make another worksheet where it is at the item level, and we can embed that worksheet into the same worksheet. So when we talk about, when we click on the product category, different product category, it will show different items pertaining to those product categories. Okay, so all those things are also possible when we talk about different views in dMantra, different tabs in dMantra. Again, there are different worksheet elements. We can see in the member browser what we have seen: the table view, the embedded worksheet, and the graph. We have already discussed regarding these all four. I guess this is what we can cover it today, because now if I start it from here, it will take another 15 to 20 minutes to complete the session. So we will stop here for today. I really apologize for the inconvenience which we all have seen today because of some other session, and we were not